Well, Paul, not only did Roger Penske talk to Rick Mears, but CART officials talked to Rick Mears. When they came over and they were in the middle of the discussion, Roger Penske took his headset radio off and said, here, you talk directly to Rick. Let Rick explain to you what occurred. It still was not to CART's satisfaction. That's when Roger decided to make the protest.
All right, well, we've seen it from the onboard camera. We look at it again. This is a camera located on the top of the grandstand, almost over the start-finish line. Now, that's Mario. That's the first white car. He has a bright red number. Now, here comes Rick. Now, watch the right of the screen. And there comes Michael. Now, that would give you to believe that Rick was well ahead when they hit the line. Now the question is also resolved by the other shot from Michael's own onboard camera. It appears that Michael got to the line behind Rick, and therefore Rick Mears should be in front of the field when they come back to green.
Well, Penske's and Rick's going to be right on this thing. The only thing is how do you undo something this important after the race is over?
Roger Penske still concerned. Road Handler presents the Michigan 500. We'll be back with more racing after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Tonight it's a pint-sized super shot and a winter wipeout so cool it's hot. Incredible Sunday. Then, on duty, they're cops on the beat. Off duty, they're just boys on the beach. The all-new Protect and Serve. Then, what if a bunch of high school kids decided to clean up their holes themselves?
Let's get a group together and start kicking some tail.
Equalizers.
What if they took it just one step too far? The Brotherhood of Justice.
Call the weather line at 536-2424.
Back live at Michigan International Speedway, still under the caution. You look down from the Goodyear Blimp Enterprise based out of Pompano Beach, Florida. Brew Marshall is the captain at the controls. Goodyear continues 54 years of consecutive coverage of auto racing in the United States. It has given us some revealing shots of the Phil Kruger, John Jones accident. And now we take a look down. Well, that's where they're working with Phil Kruger right now, the Horton safety team. Highly equipped vehicles ready to handle just this kind of situation. We continue to be concerned about the condition of Phil Kruger. We'll try and update it just as soon as we can. With 215 laps complete, let's look down through the entire field. Controversy with first and second place. Mario Andretti is well behind. Al Unser Jr., Teo Fabi, all well off the lead of this race. Derek Daly, Lyndike, Creighton, Johnny Rutherford, former winner here. Al Unser back at 10th place, 10 laps behind. Bobby Rahal, Jeff Wood, Guido Dacco, and Emerson Fittipaldi. Those are the cars running. John Jones just out as a result of that accident with Phil Kruger. Scott Pruitt, A.J. Foyt, Bernard Jourdain, Raul Boesel, all out of the run here. Gordon Johncock, Roberto Guerrero, Danny Sullivan, John Andretti, Kevin Kogan. And the final four of the 29 that started, Carter, Lewis, Chassis, and Vogler. Let's go down to Checker Route.
Let's update you on the protest here. You can see the work is continuing. Chuck Sprague took it to the scoring stand, and the scoring stand says it has to go to Bill Camphausen or to Kirk Russell. It is now being handed. You can see the money being handed to Kirk Russell. To Billy Camphausen, Roger Penske involved. It's a $100 filing fee that's necessary to protest an event. They've acknowledged it, but so far Sprague still has it in his hand and no money is exchanged. But I think it's pretty much a moot point. They know that the protest has been filed. Now, one of the things that we want to update you as well is whether Rick Mears will pit or not, and can he go the distance. Through the use of computers, here's what they've decided here on Team Penske's pit. They actually are finding that they're getting 2 miles to the gallon under green flag conditions and a whopping 8 miles to the gallon under caution. This extensive caution period has allowed them to possibly make a gamble and try and go right to the checkered flag without making another pit stop. Let's go back up to you.
Well, Mario Andretti decided not to take the chance as the tactics being played in the Newman-Haas organization as well. As Mario came in and topped the tank off, there is little or no question that he should be able to go to the end of the race now. No question whatsoever. The question will remain with Rick Mears and Michael Andretti.
That was a good gamble for Mario to come on in because he had nothing to gain. He's 2 laps behind Rick and Michael. So if he comes in and pits now, he knows he's going to make it to the end. And if they have some problems, hey, he's going to be there, Paul.
217 laps are now complete. 250 laps. The scheduled distance, 500 miles.
But Mario has been continually outpaced all season by his son, Michael. It's been a frustrating year for Mario, and really events in the last few minutes have not done much to turn that around. The interesting thing, though, it hasn't depressed him. If anything, he's been proud of the way Michael has performed, and Mario, so far, I think, thinks the team is having a pretty good season.
Well, 2 weeks from today on ABC Sports, that final, the 4th round of the International Race of Champions. Who will come away as the champion for 1989? We saw yesterday a terrific run. Terry Labonte picking up the points lead. Will he be able to maintain that lead? He's an expert on road courses, and that's just exactly what Watkins Glen is. Sunday, August 20th, the final round of the International Race of Champions. Michael Andretti, the leader of the race. Will he be the winner? What will the effect of the decision made by the officials in regard to the leaders make when they come around at the final lap and the checkered flag comes out? Michael Andretti, well, of course, he comes from a great racing heritage, a great Italian-American family. Well, we asked him, Michael, what are you most proud of?
Having a good, solid family foundation, I think, you know, I'm awful proud of, and you know, it's something that I have a place to go home, and when I'm home, I'm home. You know, I'm proud of that. You know, I'm not one that's, you know, I live out of a suitcase all year and I'm all over. I don't really have a home, but I do, and I have a great family. And I'm also happy that I've been able to stay very close with my father and keep that family part of it too. It's just, that's what I'm proud of.
Michael Andretti. Will he be, in just a few laps, the first driver in the history of the Michigan 500 to repeat? He won here 2 years ago. That little piece of tape on the top of his helmet that helps keep the helmet upright and aerodynamically sound keeps him from being buffeted around in the car. It seems to be giving him a little bit of luck as well. Certainly some luck when they caught that blend line in the last set of pit stops.
It's really a case of the hunted and the hunter, and the hunter is driving the yellow car right now.
Well, Bobby Unser, if you were sitting in Michael Andretti's position or in Rick Mears, you knew that you didn't stop for fuel. Would it be a concern to you, and what would be your plan when you came back to the green?
Well, their game plan is just flat out all the way. They don't have any choice. This is going to be the real big shoot-off, or the shootout that we've been looking for all day. It's going to be just raw speed all the way to the checkered flag. If they do run out of fuel for some reason, that's the way the chips are going to fly. But I don't think either one of them are going to run out. I think it's going to be one heck of a fast race.
All right, Rick Mears says the trick to a restart is pacing yourself in the 3rd turn. That's where they are now. As they begin to pick up the pace, Rick hopes to have the momentum to get by Michael as they come toward the green flag. The green flag is out with just over 60 miles to go. We are now racing. Rick Mears moves down to the inside, gets past Michael Andretti, and Rick Mears picks up the lead. Michael drops in behind, but Michael moves down to the inside to try and challenge Mears as they continue to fight. Coming off of the 2nd turn now. Rick Mears with Michael Andretti tucked in right behind on the backstretch. Michael picks up the advantage of the draft, on board with Michael as Michael Andretti moves past. About 58 miles to go now in the 500-mile run at Michigan, as Michael Andretti is back in front.
Very often in the latter part of the Michigan 500, we see racing just like this. Now again, we've got a Lola against a Penske and 2 fast cars. They're really hot on it.
So Rick Mears chasing Michael Andretti now. For a moment, he was passed and out in front.
Rick just absolutely foresaw the start, beat Michael on the start, but boy, it woke Michael up, and he come back strong.
Rick Mears, an expert at pacing back to the green flag, knows how to get past, and he certainly got by there. Let's go to the pits.
Well, the question is, does Michael Andretti have enough fuel to make it to the finish? One of the crew members just ran by and said, come on, guys, stay up. There's still a long way left. They don't know if they have enough fuel to finish this race, but I think they're going to go for it, Paul.
Well, the officials have definitely had an impact. Chris Mears continues to time her husband, now in 2nd place behind Michael. The fuel may yet be a factor. It really should be a sprint to the finish. Mario Andretti, what may prove to be a wise move, came in and topped off the tank on his car. Right now, it's Michael Andretti, Rick Mears. They are on the same lap. Teo Fabi runs in 3rd, then Al Unser Jr. And with his stop, Mario dropped back to 5th.
There's a real good chance that Rick is saving just a little bit last. Fuel may be a little bit more of a problem here than everybody's knowing going right now, and it could have been that Rick popped that higher gear, shifted a little bit to go into the cruise mode to save a little fuel and save a little speed maybe for the last 5 laps, Bo.
Well, Roger Penske is on his feet as he watches this race, and I'm going to tell you something else. Everybody in the main grandstand all along the front stretch, they're on their feet as they watch these, the closing laps of the Michigan 500.